From LP Savani Riverside School, Krupali Home. Chapter number 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. First of all, what do you mean by synthetic? Synthetic means man-made, not available naturally. Here we are starting with the introduction part. The clothes which we wear are made of fabrics. Fabrics are made from fibers obtained from natural or artificial sources. Can you name some natural fabrics? Fibers are also used for making a large variety of household articles. Make a list of some common articles made from fibers. Try to separate them into those made from natural fibers and those made from artificial fibers. Make entries in table number 3.1. What you have to do is, first here you have to write numbers, then after name of article as like bed sheet and raincoat, etc., which are made from the natural fiber or artificial fiber, you have to mention in this column. Why did you label some fibers as artificial? Do you have read in your previous classes that natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk, etc., are obtained from plants or animals? You are going through this content that wool, silk, cotton, etc. are obtained from the animals or plants, so that they are natural fibers. The synthetic fibers, on the other hand, are made by human beings. Synthetic means man-made, or you can say made by human beings. That's why these are called synthetic or man-made fibers. What are synthetic fibers? Try to recall the uniform pattern found in necklace of beads joined with the help of thread, or try to join a number of paper clips together to make a long chain as shown in the figure. Is there any similarity between the two? See here, it is the necklace of the small stones and this one is the paper clip. Is there any similarity between two? See here, beads and the paper clips join to form the long chain. You can see it in the image. Now, with the help of this image, we are going to understand about the synthetic fibers. They are also similar like this. A synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together. It means, as you can see here, these are separated beads which are together to form one necklace, and these are separated paper clips which are joined together to form a one chain. Exactly like this, small beads are joined together to form the synthetic fibers. Many such small units combine to form a large single unit called polymer. Whatever large unit you will get at the last of combination of small unit, it is known as polymer. Poly means many. The word polymer comes from two Greek words. Poly means many and mer meaning part or unit. Many part. Poly means many and mer means part. Many parts are joined together to form a one large chain. That's why it is large chain will known as polymer. So, a polymer is made of many repeating units. Polymers occur in natural also. Cotton, for example, is a polymer called cellulose. Cotton is example of cellulose. Cellulose is made up of a large number of glucose units. So, indirectly cellulose is also polymer of glucose and cotton is a polymer of cellulose. 3.2 type of synthetic fibers, and it is the first one, rayon. How much types are there of the synthetic fibers rayon? You have read in class 7 that silk fiber obtained from silkworm was discovered in China and was kept as a closely guarded secret for a long time. Silk fiber is obtained from the silkworm. Fabric obtained from silk fibers was very costly. It means silk is a very costly available fabric, but its beautiful texture fascinated everybody. Attempts were made to make silk artificially. Towards the end of the 19th century, scientists were successful in obtaining a fiber having properties similar to that of silk. It means scientists developed one kind of new fabric artificially which is similar to the silk. Such a fiber was obtained by chemical treatment of wood pulp. With the help of wood pulp and chemical reaction, they obtained to get such a fabric similar to the silk. This fiber was called rayon or artificial silk. Both are the same word, rayon or artificial silk. Although rayon is obtained from a natural source, wood pulp, yet it's a man-made fiber. It is cheaper than silk and can be woven like silk fibers. It is cheaper than the silk. It can also be dyed in a wide variety of colors. It is available in different variety of the colors. Rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets or mixed with wool to make carpets. If you purpose to make bed sheet from the rayon, then you have to mix rayon with the cotton. If you want to make carpets, then wool will be mixed with the rayon. Here you can see the example of the rayon. Articles made from rayon it is shown here. Next one is nylon. Nylon is another man-made fiber. It is also artificial fiber which is not available naturally. In 1931, it was made without using any natural raw material, it means from plant or animals. It was prepared from coal, water and air. With the reaction of coal, water and air, it is possible to develop a fabric. It was the first fully synthetic fiber. In the earlier rayon, we were used to use the wood pulp. Wood pulp is a natural product, but here we are able to develop a nylon with the help of coal, water and the air. That's how it's a fully synthetic fiber. Nylon fiber was strong, elastic and light. Your school socks are made up from the nylon. It was lustrous and easy to wash. So it became very popular for making clothes. We use many articles made from nylon such as socks, robes, stands, toothbrushes, car seat belts, sleeping bags, curtains, etc. Here are all the examples given. Now, and this is various article made up from the nylon. Is nylon fiber really so strong that we can make nylon parachutes and ropes for rock climbings? Is nylon fiber that much strong? Nylon is also used for making parachutes and rope for rock climbing. A nylon thread is actually stronger than a steel wire. Let's find out. It means one steel wire may be not as much as strong than a one nylon thread. That much elasticity have nylon, and it is also used for parachutes and rope making. Activity number 3.1. Take an iron stand with a clamp. Take a cotton thread of about 60 cm length. Tie it to the clamp so that it hangs freely from its shown in the figure. At the free end suspended. What you have to do is iron stand with a clamp you have to tie with a thread of about 60 cm length of a cotton. Iron stand with a thread hanging from the clamp. And then what you have to do is a pen so that weight can be placed in it. Add weight one by one till the thread breaks. Note down the total weight required to break the thread. This weight indicates the strength of the fiber. Repeat the same activity with threads of wool, polyester, silk and nylon. Tabulate the data as shown in the given table. Arrange the threads in order of their increasing strength. What you have to do is fill this table. How? You have to take one cotton thread and tie it with a stand such a way that you can place some objects inside these plates. Suppose I am putting 5 gram of the substance inside this plate and cotton thread will be broken down. It means 5 gram is sufficient to break down the cotton thread. Then after same 5 gram I am putting in this plate, but in the other case here is thread of nylon rather than the cotton, but it is not broken down. So what I will do, put the high weight, and such a weight when this thread will be broken down, that weight will be the strength of the thread, and you have to write it in this table and arrange in the increasing strength. You may use the hook or a nail on the wall for hanging the fibers and polythene bag at the other end. In place of weight, you may use marbles or pebbles of similar size. Precautions you have to take is, note that all threads should be of the same length and almost of the same thickness. We will see polyester and acrylic in the next session.